tomorrow, I know. All those schoolgirls and boys will wake bright and early. They'll rush for their toys and then, oh, that noise, oh, the noise. There's one thing I hate. All the noise.
I don't know about you, but it seems like there's a lot of noise in the world right now. And how do you stand out in all of the noise, all of the clamor, all of the attention, all kind of stuff? This is part 2 of a series about how to stand out in the middle of the noise. I'm Ryan Latham, and I share tips and tools and conversations to help you and your ministry grow. And in this video, I want to talk about giftology. This idea that you can begin to find interesting and unique ways to stand out in the midst of all the noise, right? Have you ever had that person that you want to connect with, but just haven't quite figured out a way to get past, a text message or an email that just doesn't seem like they're responding very well? Well, here is a way that you can do that. Also, how do you get connected with somebody at a deep way where they continually think about you over and over and over? This is the idea of giftology, okay? So for example, last night I was in my small group. I was leading a group, and one of the students in the group talked about how, at the very end, it was our prayer time, and one of the students said their prayer need was that they want courage to do the things that they feel like the Lord is asking them to do. So right there in the moment, I said, hey, I got a book for you. I'm going to send it to you. And so I got his address, and today I went on and ordered the book. So I had just recorded a podcast with Banning Leapshire, and his new book is coming out called The 3 Mile Walk. The podcast episode is coming out. And so it was on top of my mind. And right there in the moment, instead of just praying for him, which we did, I also said, hey, I'm going to send you this book. So today I went on, ordered the book, and in the next couple of days, he'll receive that book, and he will remember that moment for a really long time. Every time he sees that book, he's going to remember that prayer time. I just think that even sometimes when he sees books, he'll remember that moment where the youth leader not only prayed for him, but gave him a book that was meaningful and impactful into his life. And so again, that moment is going to stand out significantly more than if I had just prayed for him, which again, vital, important, awesome, do that. But also with the fact following it up with a gift makes it so much more memorable to him about the impact in which we're making. Now, I got to spend some money on a gift. Yeah, so I had to do that, right? So, but the idea is this, is that when we begin to think about gifts and how do we do meaningful gifts. So maybe you're walking into a meeting, maybe you're about to have a meeting with somebody, or you got a meeting in a couple of days. I want to encourage you, think about a way that you could give that person a gift as, hey, here's our meeting. I was just thinking about you. And now, look, I've been doing this for a long time. It doesn't always have to be a book that costs, $20. There's been times where I'd go to the 99-cent store and buy a goofy gift for 99 cents, or go to a thrift store and buy something cheap, or just buy some candy at the store, something where you're not just walking in empty-handed, but you're walking in saying, hey, I thought about you. Hey, I heard somebody say that they bought one of those disposable cameras. I don't know if those exist anymore, but they bought a disposable camera, and they were just saying, hey, you have left a major impact in my life, and you've left meaningful moments in my life, like these pictures, right? And so again, thinking ahead and saying, okay, how can I go into a meeting with something, or on the back end, how can I send something as a follow-up? Again, this is a great way to get past the noise. If you're trying to introduce yourself to somebody, maybe you mailed them something, as a gift before you've even really made a formal gift. I've done, or informal contact with them. I've done this a few times where I'm trying to kind of make a connection with somebody. I'm trying to get in with them a little bit. And so I'll send them a book. I'll send them something in the mail, a gift. I typically, just kind of send books. That's just kind of an easy thing for me. But think outside of the box. Think out something that is unique to you that you're passionate about, and send that to them. So again, maybe you're trying to get into a school. Maybe you're trying to get in with, some government agencies, or maybe you're trying to get a connection into some network. Send them a gift. And again, just say, hey, we're thinking about you, want to bless you with this gift, things like that. Maybe there's some people in your congregation that you want, or your student ministries or your kids ministries and volunteers that you want to make a deeper level of impact with. Consider giving them a gift, and maybe a hand or in the mail, something like that. Again, this just stands out. And it also does another thing, is it creates an anchor point that every time they see that gift, they think of you. Every time they think of something like that, they think of you. Maybe it's, I know a lot of people will give coffee mugs. And every time that person uses that coffee mug, they think of you and your ministry, or coasters, or I don't know, something they can put on their coffee table, or something they can put in their car, something like that. So every time they see that, it's an anchor point that anchors them back to you and your ministry. But it also will help you to stand out in the middle of the noise of just people sending junk mail or junk emails or mass texts. This will help you to stand out in all of the noise that is out there. So I want to encourage you to think about giftology, this idea of sending meaningful gifts to people at meaningful times to try and break through and stand out. Will it cost you some time? Absolutely. Will it cost you some money? Probably. And it has to think some forethought or some afterthought, right? I'm going into a meeting. How do I bring a gift into that meeting? Or in the meeting, say, hey, I want to give you a gift, right? Or maybe you don't even think about it in the moment, but afterwards you do it as a follow-up. Maybe you write a handwritten note like we talked about in part 1, but then you also add a gift with that handwritten note as well. And so that's like a supersize handwritten note plus a gift. That is next level right there. That's really going to help you to stand out in the noise when you're trying to connect with people and make a meaningful moment. And again, that also creates that anchor point if it's something that can be reused over and over and over and becomes a valuable part of people's lives. It's a way to continually make your ministry top of mind with people, and to continually think back to that conversation, that moment that really impacted their life. So consider giftology, consider making it a part of your ministry and your practice. It's going to really help you to stand out in the middle of all the noise.